Well, good afternoon, everybody. We are thrilled that you are with us this afternoon. Thank you for making time. We have about 250 of us on this video conference, so we are absolutely delighted that you made the time. I'm going to turn the mic over to Lori Parks, our Maryland Charity Campaign Administrator Extraordinaire.
Thank you, Kathy. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. As Kathy said, my name is Lori Parks, and I administer the Maryland Charity Campaign. Let me start by announcing a few housekeeping items. First, we are recording today's kickoff, and later we will make the recording available on our website, mcc.maryland.gov. If you missed something or run into a technical glitch, please refer back to this recording as often as you would like. Secondly, we ask that you mute your devices in order to minimize disruptions. Finally, I think that we have all learned that despite our best efforts, technology doesn't always cooperate. Should we run into any unexpected technical glitches today, I ask for your patience and thank you in advance for bearing with us. After all, this is our very first virtual kickoff. And on your end, should you experience any technical problems, we encourage you to first close out of Google Meet entirely, then sign back in. If that doesn't work, please reach out to your IT support desk. Now, please join me in welcoming Don Teasdale to sing our national anthem, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. We invite you to raise your voice in song and spirit from wherever you are.
Don, you're on mute.
Thank you. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much, Don.
Thank you.
Don, we're always very grateful to hear you and your magnificent voice. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kathy Smith, and I am honored to be your Assistant Secretary of State. I'm thrilled that you're joining with us this afternoon for our very first virtual Maryland Charity Campaign kickoff. We are at our max. Google Meets only acknowledges or allows 250 people on this platform. And here we are, 250 strong. Thank you so much for joining us, each and every one of you. It's fair to say that each of us have encountered more than our fair share of challenges during the COVID-19 pandemic. And I'm deeply grateful for each of you, for your resilience, for the continued work you do as public servants, to all of those members of our great state who rely on us each and every day. And most of us are doing it in remote locations. We're working from home and we're making it happen, and you're doing an awesome job. So we are just very thrilled and grateful to each of you. Like the important work that we do every day in service of our citizens, charities around the state also provide essential programs and services to those most in need. For those of you who don't know, the Maryland Charity Campaign, or the MCC as we affectionately call it, is an opportunity to join in the state's workplace giving campaign. What does that mean? That means that you and literally tens of thousands of employees across the state and retirees are able to give through payroll deduction, through a credit card, or this year through an e-check, or through text to give, all to a cause close to your heart. You can rest assured that every single one of the 997 charities, that's right, 997, almost 1,000 charities, have already been vetted by our very own Lori Parks, who is the administrator of this campaign. The goal of today's kickoff is to inspire you to give to the MCC and also to share some details about this year's virtual campaign. Governor Hogan is our chair, and the Lieutenant Governor, Rutherford, is our vice chair, is his co-chair. And they then designate two vice chairs that Secretary Wilbur-Smith is going to talk about soon. Our lives have been completely turned upside by this COVID-19 pandemic. And in response to our new normal of working from home and social distancing and washing our hands and wearing masks, this MCC virtual campaign is one of the many other things that we'll be doing a bit differently this year. In recent years, we expanded the MCC from 2 to 6 in-person kickoffs conducted across the state. We also distributed paper pledge forms. Here we are this year with a virtual campaign, completely online, no paper pledge forms. In response to COVID, we're making pledging online even easier than before. And of course, there's payroll deduction, which I just mentioned. You know, we've never before used a text to give method, and we're doing that this year for all of our events. So I'd like to invite you to join me in donating online. You can do it today. Charity fairs and other previous in-person events will also be conducted online. In fact, later today, we'll hear from a few of our charities. Every state employee and retiree can participate in the MCC as long as you have access to the internet. 997 charities are eager for your support during this season of life that has challenged each and every one of us in ways we never dreamt possible. We are blessed to play a part in building a brighter future for Marylanders who depend upon the programs and services provided by the charities participating in the 2020 MCC. Now, let's watch this year's MCC campaign video and see how the MCC makes a difference in Maryland and beyond.
I'm Governor Larry Hogan, and as the chair of the Maryland Charity Campaign, I am asking you to consider joining me in donating as part of this year's campaign. Every year since 1984, the Maryland Charity Campaign has raised millions of dollars for the most vulnerable among us. As we face the most daunting public health and economic challenges of our lifetime, this campaign is a powerful way to stand together and give to the organizations that serve Marylanders in need, because we truly are all in this together. Learn how you can participate in this year's campaign by visiting mcc.maryland.gov. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. All of us have benefited from a charity or know someone who has, though we may not always know it. From the schools we attend, museums we enjoy, the healthcare we receive, even the air we breathe, every day nonprofits are behind the scenes ensuring a better world. Yet they can't do it alone. Nonprofits depend on us to sustain their work. As the governor shared, charities are struggling. The pandemic has caused huge cuts in donations that are vital to serving the most frail and vulnerable among us. They need us now more than ever this year, when the need is greater than ever. Just as charities step in to help our families and fellow citizens, the 2020 Maryland Charity Campaign is our chance to support them when they need it most. I encourage you to donate to the cause you care about through the Maryland Charity Campaign. Like so much else this year, the MCC is completely online. You can give by visiting mcc.maryland.gov. And you can donate online by electronic check or by credit or debit card or through a payroll deduction. Most people give through payroll deduction, which means a little bit is taken out of each paycheck over the course of the year, making this an easy and convenient way to support the charities and the causes you love. Governor Hogan and I are incredibly proud of the resilience Marylanders have shown through this challenging year. And we know that with your support, we can help charities not only survive, but thrive. If every state employee gives just $1 per pay period to the 2020 MCC, we will meet our $2 million goal. Whether you choose to give to a charity that supports first responders or one that helps recovering addicts or any other worthy cause, please consider giving to the 2020 Maryland Charity Campaign. Remember, every dollar counts. We are one hope, one family, #Maryland, in this together.
Good day, fellow Marylanders. I'm John Wobensmith, your Maryland Secretary of State, and I want to talk to you about this year's Maryland Charity Campaign. I consider that Maryland employees and retirees are like a family. You dedicate your lives to serving others. You support Maryland's citizens and communities through good times and bad times. And you bring hope to those who need it most. This year in particular, many of our citizens really need our help. And so today I'm asking you to unite once again and give through the Maryland Charity Campaign to support the charities that serve our state's most vulnerable populations. And with nearly 1,000 pre-screened charities to choose from, I know you will find a cause close to your heart. So what tugs at your heartstrings? Personally, I give to help eliminate the tragedy of domestic violence and human trafficking, both of which have been heavily impacted by COVID-19. So please join me and give today. Let's show each other that we're indeed one family, one hope, #Maryland in this together. Please visit mcc.maryland.gov to learn more, and please give. Thank you so much for making a difference for all of us.
Good morning, Director Tung. Nice to see you.
Thank you, Secretary Ree. It's great to see you too. I'm glad we're here to talk about one of the most important campaigns of the year, especially in 2020, the Maryland Charity Campaign.
This coronavirus is impacting all Marylanders' daily lives. Now, as this virus continues to spread, the future has never felt so unpredictable. And you, like me, I'm sure, must be watching how this pandemic unfolds, wondering what we can do.
Yes, Jimmy, we urgently need to help food banks that serve family or groups supporting critically ill children or animal rescues. Never before has support for nonprofits been more important.
Indeed. As you stated, now more than ever, our community needs us. And we need you. Marylanders are one giant family, and we are connected by hope.
Very true, and good points also. You know, I think that should be our theme this year. One family.
One hope.
#Maryland in this together.
Ooh, I like that. #Maryland in this together.
There are so many charities on the list. You can choose multiple groups to support. Even the smallest donation can help. Pledging just $1 per paycheck or $26 a year really helps.
Any amount helps. In fact, if every state employee and retiree contributed just $1 to the campaign, just as Mary Beth stated, we would exceed $2 million goal. Now, by donating to those charities that are near and dear to you, to your heart, you get to see firsthand how donations meaningfully impact our communities.
You are so right, Jimmy. I'm honored to support these charities. People can share this information on social media or via email to help spread the word as well.
Yes, we can reach our goal and help so many in the process. Such is my one hope.
We can do this together as one family.
The economic pressures from COVID-19 will be long-lasting, and your support of the Maryland Charity Campaign has never been more necessary and powerful. Join us and give this year.
One family, one hope. Maryland in this together.
Yes, we are. One family, one hope. Maryland in this together.
Well, please join me in thanking all of the participants in that video. It was awesome. Thank you so much. We owe a debt of gratitude to the Department of Juvenile Services, who for the third consecutive year has produced the Maryland Charity Campaign video. And of course, to each of our participants in the video. Thank you, each and every one of you. We're so grateful. As you heard, this year's campaign has a $2 million goal. And yes, indeed, we can achieve that goal if every single person gives just $1 a pay period. That's the cost of a bottle of water. $26 a year, $1 a pay period. So I'm asking you to do that. In the meantime, did you know, just a couple of questions I'm wondering. Did you know that some of our state employees rely upon the programs and services of this campaign, of the charities who are participating? It's true. Some of our colleagues found a new lease on life thanks to the charities who helped them. They are victims of domestic violence. They are recovering from cancer. They're veterans. Their homes were burnt to the ground. They've been taken by ambulance from accidents, and so much more. And did you know that the money raised in the Maryland Charity Campaign goes to those charities who are participating? I heard once that someone thought that the money went to the state. It doesn't go to the state. It goes to the 997 participating charities. So you see, whether it's the ravages of the pandemic or the tragedies of everyday life, we as state employees are offering hope. We are one family, and we are in this together. That's how we got our slogan. You heard Secretary Reed and you heard Dr. Tung talk about our slogan. One family, one hope, hashtag Maryland in this together. Each charity has been pre-approved to participate in this year's campaign. And that pre-approval was done by our very own Lori Parks, who's on today's call. She is the administrator of the campaign. Contributions made to the Maryland Charity Campaign, as you might imagine, are indeed tax deductible. And you can consult with your tax consultant for any other information you may want about that. And just like prior years, there will be special prizes and drawings each and every week, beginning this week. In fact, beginning this campaign. Every state employee who gives to the Maryland Charity Campaign, regardless of the amount pledged, will be entered into a drawing weekly. Of course, once your name is called or you've won, then your name will be removed so someone else has a chance. Information about weekly prizes is available on the MCC website. Now, please help me welcome my boss, our spectacular Secretary of State, the Honorable John Wilbon-Smith.
Well, thank you, Kathy, and a warm thank you to everyone for joining us here today. I see the numbers are 239 people that are with us today. And I just want to take a moment to discuss the long-term effects of your donations to charities through the MCC. So first of all, where do the donations go and what do they really do? Well, the fact is your contributions have made an incredible difference in communities across Maryland and beyond that. You've helped provide food, shelter, health care, mental health services, services to the poor, the homeless, and those suffering from addiction, in addition to supporting the arts, faith-based initiatives, and much, much more. And communities across our state, of course, continue to be in need. And the Maryland Charity Campaign provides us an opportunity to continue to support those who need the most help. Personally, as I've said before, I direct my Maryland Charity Campaign contributions to charities that are focused on our unserved youth and families at risk. There are many worthy organizations in the campaign that are dedicated to helping improve the lives of our younger Marylanders, making sure they have resources to succeed in school, providing an opportunity to attend a summer camp, and just making sure they have the essentials to be healthy, happy, and very importantly, safe. With nearly 1,000 causes, as has been said, to choose from, I know you will find equally important and beneficial causes. So I encourage you all to join me by giving to a cause close to your heart and help us prove that we are one family, one hope, #Maryland in this together. Thank you for taking the time to join us today and for participating in the Maryland Charity Campaign and for helping communities across the country with your pledges. And now I'd like to introduce two of my favorite people, our 2020 MCC Vice Chairs, Dr. Mary Beth Tung, Director of the Maryland Energy Administration, and Special Secretary Jimmy Rhee of Small Minority and Women Business Affairs. Dr. Tung and Special Secretary Rhee were appointed as Vice Chairs by Governor Hogan and Lieutenant Governor Rutherford. And as the Vice Chairs, both of these individuals are the state champions of the campaign, helping to lead the event and to also act as the face of the campaign. And now I'll hand off the baton first to Special Secretary Jimmy Rhee. So Jimmy, over to you.
Special Secretary Rhee had been knocked out of the video conference. I'm not sure if he's been able to get back on yet.
He has not been able to get back on.
Thank you, Lisa. So, Dr. Tung, would you like to step in his stead?
Absolutely. I think along with Secretary Rhee, when he's able to get back on, I'm thrilled to serve as a vice chair for the 2020 campaign. I want to take a moment to explain how this campaign, despite being entirely virtual, meaning online, might be exactly what we need right now. On the one hand, it's true there won't be any MCC in-person events or competitions or friendly games or tug of war or dunking booth or some other things. And we're all going to miss all that. We're all missing many of the in-person type events. And there's no doubt, you know, we're sad to see those activities not take place this year. Every year without fail, the MCC is at its finest when departments, agencies, universities, and others come together to celebrate each other, the MCC, and causes that matter. But on the other hand, in a time when we are all working remotely and we can feel disconnected and disengaged, the charity campaign can be a focal point for coming together. As Kathy mentioned in her opening comments, one of the true benefits is that the charity campaign can be done entirely online. And there are a lot of folks that did a lot of things this year to make this happen. And you'll notice some new things that are being rolled out this year because we're virtual. We can still have those Halloween costume contests in support of the charity campaign, just using online meeting technology. We can still hold a baby shark dancing competition. Okay, I'm not
back.
good at dancing, but if you didn't see last year's, you're missing out. Check it out on the website. But instead of filming a group video, you can ask for individual videos or even record a group of people dancing in their respective homes. There's no doubt COVID-19 is testing our creativity, but I also have no doubt that if put to the test, this team will come up with some amazing virtual events. And much of this will be able to be usable next year and in years to come when we're back to normal, or whatever normal will become after a while. After all, Maryland employees are some of the most creative people on the planet. And the fact that all of this is for a good cause makes the effort that much sweeter. At the end of the day, it's not dancing or donning a costume for its own sake. It's coming together for a good cause and building our own connections and community as a result. I know this has been a difficult year, but I believe in our theme. We are truly one family, one hope, and hashtag Maryland in this together. I really appreciate you joining us today, and I look forward to seeing all your efforts online this year. Were we able to get Jimmy back online?
I am back on now. Just got on.
Awesome. I'll turn it over to Jimmy then.
Okay. Well, let me first say thank you, Mary Beth, for taking out of turn here. I got knocked out of the connection here. But anyway, I want to thank the Secretary Wolfensmith and the team for organizing this worthy event. And I want to thank the governor and lieutenant governor for their support of this wonderful endeavor. And I'm really proud to serve as Maryland Charity Campaign's vice chair this year, along with my wonderful colleague, Director Mary Beth Tung. And you know, I've been really energized about this campaign from the start, because I know the true impact the MCC can have on people's lives. MCC stands for something very special and significant, which is hope. You know, when we give, we improve the lives of those in need. We give them hope. And it's a privilege that comes from living in a way that's true to our values. And, you know, we all know what a difficult year this year has been. And so giving is much more impactful than ever. So imagine thousands of us acting together. Well, certainly we can all benefit from hope and unity right now. And that's what this MCC is all about. You know, when Mary Beth and I asked the charities participating in this year's campaign to sort of help us to understand how they use the funds you contribute, we were both very moved by what they told us. If you visit our website, mcc.maryland.gov, you will see a YouTube video list there, a playlist embedded right there on the homepage. And that playlist is comprised of more than 100 videos submitted by charities participating in the MCC this year, right? And while each charity has a unique mission and vision for the future, there are a few common denominators across all of them. As an example, each charity has a plan and the courage to build a brighter future. And each charity is grateful to you and all of Maryland's donors for providing critical funding to support this work. And each of them credits you as providing the fuel to energize and sustain their work. And imagine this, and you heard this before, if every person donated just $1 a paycheck, the cost of a can of soda, and that comes to $26 overall, and we would exceed our $2 million goal. Simple math tells us we can do this, we can achieve our goal. So together, we can meet that goal and give hope to those people in need. So I want to thank you for supporting the causes you care about through the MCC. And I want you to also encourage others to participate and be a partner in this special moment in our lives. And I want to thank Vice Chair Mary Beth Tung for speaking out of turn. So thank you. And Dr. Tung, you have any more to add?
Nope, I think we can turn it over to Lori.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Tung and Special Secretary Rhee. I want to echo to everyone who has spoken before me today, and thank you for joining us. We, Maryland State employees and retirees, are champions of the state, which we have continued to show through our generous spirit. Our desire to make a difference sets us apart. In fact, it makes us who we are. Each day, in countless ways, Marylanders change our state and our world for the better. This campaign is different, designed with you and me in mind. And I want to take a moment to talk about what sets this campaign apart. For charities, there are numerous benefits. It provides a single, coordinated appeal rather than for individual drives. That means a nonprofit doesn't have to spend a lot of resources and money on fundraisers, although they still have to fundraise. At the bottom line, it means charities can spend more time on what really matters, their missions, rather than on fundraising events. This campaign gives them unrestricted funds and enables them to not have to fundraise as much as they usually do because of you all. And for us, Maryland employees, it means we can give small amounts all throughout next year. So we won't be feeling the impact on our bottom line all at once. I hope each and every one of you will leave here today excited about the true difference that you can make in someone's life. I hope each of you will go in onto mcc.maryland.gov and learn about the campaign. To put an even finer point on why the funds are needed, I'd like to introduce Ashley Groves, Director of Community Engagement for Community Action Council of Howard County. Community Action Council of Howard County serves low-income Howard County residents through the 4 core program areas: food assistance, energy and weatherization assistance, housing assistance, and elderly and early childhood education. Ashley?
I think Ashley got kicked out as well, Lori. So if we can maybe try and circle back to her at the end if she's able to get back in.
Okay, thank you. Well, the next, I would like to introduce Debbie Brown, the Director of Fuel Fund of Maryland. Debbie, do we still have you?
How's that?
Sounds good.
Great. Thank you, Lori. And thanks to each of you for taking time out of your busy day. More about this year's Maryland Charity Campaign and the 997 nonprofits that are participating this year. It's a huge number. As Lori noted, my name is Debbie Brown. I am the Director of the Fund of Maryland. And our organization has 40 years of both donor trust and client experience in the area. As background, I don't know how many of you are aware of the Fuel Fund, but we were founded in 1981 by Victorine Adams, who was also a Baltimore City councilwoman. Miss Adams started the Fuel Fund. An elderly couple froze to death in their home. Their power was turned off and they had nowhere to go. They didn't know who to ask for help. At that time, Adams never happened again to anybody in our district or in the area. So since our founding, we have provided financial assistance to over 300,000 households with the support of 500,000 donations. Since March of this year, COVID-19 has impacted us in many ways. Some lost jobs, some of us have had reduced work hours, and many families are facing serious financial choices between rent, food, medicine, and utility. I, for one, had 2 aging parents with underlying health conditions, so I've really been juggling a lot, keeping myself in a bubble, and have a great need for a haircut at this point. But it will soon get worse since utilities can send termination notices to households who are behind their bills starting this month. This means that starting in mid-November, power will be disconnected in homes. Unfortunately, more than 123,000 households, yes, 123,000 households will be navigating energy assistance for the first time. Utility payment plans are available, as energy assistance programs are available at both the federal and the state level. Trust me, the energy assistance process is complicated and cumbersome, but it's necessary to receive financial assistance from the Fuel Fund of Maryland. The energy assistance can be extremely difficult for seniors and those with critical medical needs, since this is the population that needs to be cautious during COVID-19. Each and every day, our staff combines federal and state dollars. We then take BG&E credits, along with the generosity of donors like you, to bring a household utility balance to zero and avoid a disconnection in service. So this is what I know. I can tell you right now that we're seeing an uptick in application. Too many people have waited for assistance over the last 6 months. We're stepping in to help as many families figure out the state energy assistance maze. And together, we can give families a fresh start and keep the heat and lights on. Please help us stay ahead of the influx of applications as a result of COVID-19 by contributing to the Fuel Fund of Maryland during the Maryland Charity Campaign. And lastly, I just want to share with you that the Fuel Fund has earned its 7th consecutive 4-star rating from Charity Navigator. This is the highest possible rating and highlights our strong financial health and commitment to accountability and transparency to both our donors and our clients. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your consideration. And more importantly, please stay healthy. Back to you, Lori.
Thank you, Debbie. Our next speaker is Rachel Buck, Director of Outreach and Volunteer Programming for A Wider Circle. The mission of A Wider Circle is to end poverty through the on-ground programs and services, as well as through the development of large-scale solutions to its root causes. Rachel?
Thank you so much, Lori, and thank you, everyone. I'm so glad to be joining you this afternoon and so happy that the Maryland Charity Campaign is kicking off strong this year. I want to thank everyone for giving in the past. I get to work with the families that A Wider Circle serves, some of our most vulnerable neighbors, and I get to see the hope in action that you all are creating. So for those that are not familiar with A Wider Circle, we are a local nonprofit. We have just celebrated our 19th year of service. In that time, we have served over 250,000 children and adults here in our community. We are best known for furnishing homes. Before the pandemic, we furnished 20 homes a day, providing things like beds, dressers, tables, chairs, sheets, towels, things that are essential for families that are living without these. Maybe some of our neighbors who are sleeping on the floor or having to eat meals on the floor. This program is still going strong, even in the pandemic. We are now able to serve about 10 to 15 families each day with furnishing a full home. So we are excited to see that continuing to grow as the community gets healthier and healthier and we're able to serve more people. We also, though, are helping individuals who are out of work and are looking to get back into work. This was a program we had before the pandemic, and it has only grown in need now that we know our neighbors. I mean, each and every one of us knows someone who's been impacted economically from this pandemic. So we have many programs to assist individuals getting back into work and into jobs that can really provide a living wage. We also, though, have our long-term support programs. We know if you've lived a whole life in poverty, it is not an overnight task to get out. So we have our Partnership to Independence program. It's a 5-year program. It's actually something that drew me to A Wider Circle because it's a great example of how neighbors can stand shoulder to shoulder and uplift together. This program centers on one family who's experiencing poverty. They're then matched with, in a wider circle, staff advocate, someone who's had many decades of experience helping families to uplift out of poverty. And they are then matched with volunteers. They're individuals in the community, not specialists. This is, again, a neighbor-to-neighbor approach of helping individuals to uplift. And they work together over that 5-year span to set and pursue goals together for a complete uplift out of poverty. These are some of our programs that were taking place even before the pandemic that, of course, are continuing strong and needing to grow now that we know that the needs are growing in our community. But we also have started some very new, exciting programs. We've been creating new partnerships with local organizations, and we've now entered into the food space. So we have delivered thousands of hot meals since the pandemic started. We are now also delivering fresh produce. These programs have particularly been serving our neighbors who have been seeing transportation difficulties, not able to get to where they need to go or to be able to afford the things, even if they could get to the grocery store. We continue to grow our programs each day, though, to meet the new needs. Each week it does seem that we are needing to start up new programs to address what we're seeing here in our community. We certainly want to thank everyone for the support that you've given. And like you have heard many individuals say, I will repeat it, whatever you can give, it will create hope in someone's life. It'll let them know that a neighbor is standing right there next to them. At our organization, even $5 per pay period actually helps one of our job seekers go through our program and assist them in getting back into work, into a place of stability and independence for their family. So I thank you in advance for any ways that you're going to be helping this year through the Maryland Charity Campaign. And I do wish you and your families health and happiness in the new year.
Thank you, Rachel. And now I would like to introduce Kelly Cornett. Are you still with us, Kelly?
Yes, I am. Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Hi, Lori.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. Do you want me to go ahead and start, Lori? Or did you want to do something else?
Kelly?
Yes. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. One of my favorite days of the year is to be with you guys in person. The employees of the state of Maryland are so wonderful. They ask wonderful questions. They're so warm and giving, and I miss this. But please know that I'm grateful to be with you virtually. I work for the foundation schools, and a lot of our families have been recipients from charity from the wider circle as well. So this is making a circle for sure, as we're all connected here in this state. And I am so proud to be a lifelong Marylander. I would not want to live anywhere else. And I feel like we have proven that during this very difficult global crisis. We are leaders, and we do the best we can for our citizens every day. So thank you all for your service and helping to keep us safe. We are grateful. We work with kids who have behavioral and mental health challenges and autism. These are kids that really are very at risk. Their families are very in need. 80% of our kids live in poverty. So in addition to their behavioral and mental health challenges, their families have significant needs, and they were struggling in the best of times. So right now they are very much struggling. We are doing a lot, even though they're not here with us. So if you can see, I brought some of them so that you could see them, because this is why we're here. These wonderful, lovely faces of kids who, with us have a chance to graduate and get a high school diploma and become contributing members of our state. So that's why we are here. That is our mission, that all students can succeed, and we help them to do that no matter where they start from. Kids come to us because their needs can't be met in the public school system. So they are referred to us, and then we are able to work with them with highly specialized staff and program to meet their needs. All of our students receive counseling. a third of our students even have dedicated aides. That means they have a one-to-one person that helps them to access the curriculum and the activities at school, because that's how severe their needs are. Historically, some of these kids would have been in residential treatment in the past, and that just is not the case anymore. So often they are with us. I just want to say that in the last 15 years alone, we've served 6,000 students, and we have a 5-year graduation rate of 91%, which is well over the average of around 64, 65% for kids with disabilities. And that's not just emotional behavior disabilities who have a very low graduation rate. So we are so proud of that. One of our valedictorians, I just will share her quote. She said, "We've proved to everyone that we are not statistics. The teachers have taught us not to be afraid to learn. We've accomplished a great deal and become better people." That sums up what we try to do at the foundation schools for the kids that are with us. We have a links program that we fundraise for. So kids come to us, tuition is funded by the county and the state. So that part's covered. The part that's not covered is all the things that we do outside of that. We go into our families' homes. For instance, we delivered Chromebook to a student, and when we showed up, the parent cried, and the kid was back online virtual within a half an hour, right? Those are the things that we do that make us different from other programs. We have used Wider Circle, taken parents to go there to get furniture. We fundraise for distance learning care packs. We send a huge care pack home to every kid with headphones so they can do therapy without their family hearing what's going on between them and the therapist, to provide some safety and security. We provided food, gift cards to grocery stores. We just brought everything together that we could for our kids in their time of need. One of our staff members went to one of our kids' homes and spent 3 hours with a non-English speaking parent to get them to log on so that their child, and so we taught the parent and the child how to use the computer so they could access. It's a very trying time for parents, not just for the kids, but for the parents who have to help their kids. Those of you who are parents, I know you know. So I want to also just say that 78% of our population is male and 94% of our population are minorities. So we deal with it, a very impoverished, disadvantaged population, which is why we seek assistance. And I will end my 3 minutes with a graduate's quote, because I think it says what we do. "When I'd say I can't do it, the staff pushed me to do better and not give up on myself. They believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. I never had someone care that much about me and want me to finish school." It's our 2020 graduate. And our other one said, "You have changed my behavior with humorous talks, and you've made me a better student by encouraging me right when I had no more motivation for school. I want to share my biggest accomplishments in life with you, and I have no one else to recognize me at the ceremonies but you. And again, thank you for everything, for an amazing 2020 school year you've given me with your presence." So thank you. Please reach out to me, Kelly Kunert, at the Foundation Schools. My email's kkunert, Kunert, at foundationschools.org. I'd be happy to talk to you about anything that you would like to. Often employees would ask me, they have friends or relatives that they'd like more information for a program for needs. So I'm happy to speak with you as well. Thank you so much. Back to you, Lori.
Kelly, thank you. Thank you so much for introducing yourself. That was one of those glitches where I lost my notes for a moment. And I thought to move the program along, I would just let you come on. So thank you. And I apologize for you having to do that.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you. So now we have another speaker, Brooks Patternot, Executive Director of the Urban Nature Center. The Urban Nature Center believes in education about the nature's world, stewardship of the environment, inclusion and equality of each other, the wellness of our environment and its impact on our health and excellence in enriching experience. Brooks, do we still have you on?
Yes, can you hear me?
Sure can.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for having me here today virtually, and I'm sorry I can't be there in person with you all. My name is Brooks Patternot. As Lori said, I'm Executive Director of Irvine Nature Center out here in Owings Mills, Maryland. We've been around for 45 years now, and our mission is We all thrive outdoors. We encourage lifelong engagement with the natural world through environmental learning and green living. At Irvine, we inspire people to explore, respect, and protect nature. It certainly has been an interesting year for us here at Irvine. Just as we finished our new strategic plan that would guide us through the next 5 years, the COVID pandemic hit and we were forced to drastically change all that we do here. Most of our programming is in person and in groups. So obviously that had to be changed. When we closed down in mid-March, we got together with the remaining staff after furloughing 2/3 of our employees, and we put our heads together and we said, what can we do? And we got creative. We were forced to think of things differently, and environmental education virtually is a new thing for us. We were able to pivot and come up with some great ideas and reopen in June, where we opened our trails and we're getting people back in nature and providing opportunities that we felt were safe for both those participants and our staff. One of the most successful things that we did this summer was introducing fern boxes. Our logo is the fern, so we called them fern boxes for families engaging remotely with nature. And we thought if we can't get people here and to summer camp, we're going to get summer camp to them. And we're able to send out hundreds and hundreds of those, both for fee and through some grant funding to Title I schools, both in Baltimore and Carroll County. And it was extraordinarily successful. We're looking forward to getting people back here in person for those field trips, for things like Nature Preschool, which has already started. Our homeschool kicks off in a couple weeks, and we're going to get kids back here for that. But we hope that you all will come and explore our 211 acres here in Owings Mills with forests, meadows, and wetlands, reflecting the incredible Maryland landscape in the Piedmont region. We're also fortunate to call this home, and we're really fortunate here at Irvine to be on the headwaters of the Jones Falls and the Gwynns Falls rivers, and taking care of the land upstream so that it treats us well downstream. If you do decide to visit, please just give me a call and let me know so I can welcome you. We see the importance of connecting people with nature now more than ever. People are interested in getting outside to heal and to be safe, and we want to provide that for our community. So thank you again for having me here today. I'll stop now, and I really appreciate you emceeing the event, Lori, and I thank you all for your participation and for your support of all Maryland charities. This really is an extraordinary thing that y'all are doing. Have a great day and stay safe.
Thank you, Brooks. You too. So at this time, I just want to mention a few more ideas on how a little bit from each paycheck can go a long way. We asked our participating charities what they could do with a certain amount of money, and here's just a handful of answers we received. Just $1 per pay period, the price of one soda, provides 74 meals to Maryland families in need. $3 per pay, a price of a gallon of milk, provides food for as many as 23 participants for 1 day of youth development programming. $5 per pay, the price of a frozen pizza, provides 28 meals to homebound citizens and seniors in need. $10 per pay, the price of a movie matinee, helps one doctor research a therapeutic strategy for Alzheimer's disease. I could certainly go on with all the monies that come from state employees and how they're used and what they can provide as services for these charities. But again, this is just the tip of the iceberg. This year, we are focusing on specific causes each week of the campaign, so I encourage you to visit our website, mcc.maryland.gov, and pursue those causes. We also compiled a list of charities that told us that they were directly supporting COVID-19 relief efforts. Bottom line, if you want to make a lasting impact, we hope you'll consider donating to the MCC. Don't forget, it closes December 14th, so the time to act is now. And make sure that you do act now and contribute online today and here's why. Hopefully, you saw the emails last week where we shared information about our special one-day drawing. So I'm excited to remind you that we are having a special random drawings for 4 lucky winners today. That's right. Not just one, but 4 people will win a prize. Anyone who gives online anytime today will be entered into the drawing. Simply visit mcc.maryland.gov and give now. 4 people will be chosen to win a $50 Visa gift card. Again, that's only if you give today, only before 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, and only if it's online. Winners will be notified by email. And now, let me welcome back Kathy Smith to provide some closing remarks.
Thanks so much, Lori. And thanks so much, Lori. And thanks so much to everybody who spoke. We have had fabulous speakers today. Don't you agree? Please give them all a big hand. So the MCC is open. You heard that. You heard about the incentives for today. The campaign runs from today, October 5th, through December 14th. So go online, donate today, be entered into getting one of those 4 great prizes. But more importantly, as public servants, we are family. No one knows better than us, our colleagues in state employment, how we come to work every day to serve those who are on the margins of society, to serve those who are desperate for licensing matters, to serve those who are searching for better environmental quality, to serve those who are seeking employment, to serve those in every single aspect of state service that is represented on this call and beyond today. We are in this together, pandemic or not. We are in this together every solid single solitary day. You already heard that $1, the cost of a bottle of water, can of soda, whatever it is for you, can make a difference. $1 a pay. If we all do that, we'll hit our goal. So I'm going to ask you to do that today. Please make a commitment. And for those of us who have been very blessed like I have, I'm going to ask you to dig deep and give more than that. And recognize that your generosity is helping those who could never, ever thank you. So on behalf of those who will never have a chance to meet you to say thank you, some have been represented by the speakers today, others represented by the other 992 charities for a total of 997 participating charities. Thank you. Thank you for your gift. Many of you have heard some of the stories of my own family's past. You know that I have a 10-year-old granddaughter who, thank God, is healthy and surviving today and doing great. But when she was 7.5 months old, she was diagnosed with a rare pediatric cancer. And that turned our whole lives upside down. Many of you are struggling. The question is not about my family. The question is about you and your family and what's touching your lives. And realizing that we are all one family and we all offer hope to each other because we are #Maryland in this together. Maya Angelou said, I've learned that whenever I decide something with an open heart, I usually make the right decision. I pray you will decide to give the Maryland Charity Campaign with an open heart and to make the decision to give to a cause that matters to you. Our leadership and I care deeply for each and every one of you as our family in service to this great state. Individually and collectively, we offer hope every single day. Our future is brighter because of you. And remember that we are one family, one hope, #Maryland in this together. Thank you so much. God bless you. Please stay healthy and stay safe. And remember to give. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.